Hey, what's up you guys? It's Zach with PCBros. It has been a minute since I have done a PC build guide, so I'm excited. And this year for build guides, things just look a little bit different in the market. Prices have fluctuated a little bit since I got these back in late January. So let's go over all those specs and then get into some benchmarks to see what this PC can do. Starting with the CPU, I have chose the Intel i5-12600F, which is a $170 CPU. And this is one of the parts that really have stayed the same, so you can still find this for right about that, and it pairs really nicely with the GPU that I chose, which is the RTX 5060. I went with the PNY model, a little bit more expensive at about $360. Back when I got it, it was about $300. So just look out and shop. You want to buy this new. All these parts can be and should be bought new in my opinion. And next up for the motherboard, with this pretty sweet Asus B760M motherboard that looks fancier than it actually is. This is a $90 motherboard that has all the features that we need. The one in the first clip is a little bit different because I accidentally bought the DDR5 model, so don't make that mistake. Make sure you read the listing and it says DDR4, assuming you're as silly as I am. Speaking of DDR4, we went with this 16 gig kit that looks extremely nice. It is 4000 megahertz, coming in at the time that I bought this for $100. This same RAM is about double that, so shop around. You don't need this fancy. Again, we do the best that we can with the current state of the market. In storage, to save a little bit of money, we went 512 gig, but I would highly recommend just going a terabyte. Even if it is pretty expensive right now, everyone's guess is it's probably going to go up even higher. And to cool this build, Cooler Master has sent us their Elite Liquid 360 mil cooler, which is really clean looking and it has nice RGB pump. And Cooler Master has also sent us this case that inspired this whole build, which is their new Cooler Master Master Frame 400 mesh, a very open concept, clean metal case, but I think it offers a nice modern sleek design in a sturdy metal case with toolless glass side panels. This thing was really clean, and in a second you're going to see the finished build here and how clean it actually looks. But right before that, I'm going to go over the power supply, which is a 650 watt 80 plus gold, nothing special. So yeah, I think this build turned out extremely nicely. I still think it's a valid 1080p option with some upgrade potential down the line. I mean, we did go to DDR4, which still gets you into gaming. It looks clean. Now let's see how it games. Starting out in Marvel Rivals high settings 1080p with DLSS set to quality at 80% render scale. This game is looking pretty good at about 60 FPS on average and a max of 87. This is one of those games that is definitely more demanding, but I would still consider this playable. This is a competitive game, so we want to make sure it's running as smooth as possible, and there will be parts where we're getting higher, but the average looks like it's staying pretty solid at about 78. But when we turn that down to medium, we just get a lot more enjoyable of experience. This is still the same DLSS set to the 80% render scale. We can adjust that even more, but I think this game looks good. It's performing pretty good. I mean, we're really getting there with the RAM, so I don't think you could really stream and play this game on this PC. I think you could run into some issues there, but we're getting well over 100 FPS. So if you got something like a 144 hertz monitor with this PC, I think it would still pair pretty nicely, especially with some of the other games that we're playing. But we're starting it off on a more demanding esports title just to see how all of the parts are working together, and 32 gigs might be a good upgrade when RAM isn't so expensive. So going to a more GPU demanding game on Black Myth Wukong high settings with DLSS, we are getting respectable 90 FPS, which on games like this, for the most part, single player games like this, consoles are going to be blocking it at 60. So this is already going to look better than that, but this is 1080p. Keep that in mind. 1440p on games like this probably just won't be that enjoyable of an experience. But if you're just looking to get into your favorite games and not go to console and have some good upgrade potential, especially if we turn down to medium settings and you're not really caring about the graphics as much, you can get a nice higher refresh rate experience even in these highly graphically demanding games. Just look at that GPU. We're at 98% usage. So medium's probably your best bet on all AAA newer games right now, but you can see that high does work as well, especially if we're playing older school games like Rainbow Six Siege X on high preset. We're getting well over 200 FPS, around the 250s. And this is what I would consider a high refresh rate esports experience. That's exactly what you want on the competitive games. So a nice 1080p 144, maybe 175 hertz monitor would look pretty buttery smooth on the system. And if you get good peripherals or even decent with the monitor, I mean, you can get a sub $2,000 full setup that will be pretty timeless. It can play the modern games, it can play the older games very smoothly, and it has some upgrade potential. So yeah, really overall, this PC is a pretty solid option, and this will be listed on PCBros.tech, our PC selling business, where you can get it for a pretty good deal, because a lot of these parts we got before they went up even more, so back in January. So you will be definitely getting it cheaper than it would probably cost to build yourself, and you're going to be getting a warranty with Windows installed, tested, and activated, as well as our fantastic in-store customer support and the fact that it is plug and play system. So if you're not too interested in learning how to build one and you like the simplicity of console but want to get into PC, our pre-builts are fantastic options, because we are still keeping prices as low as we possibly can, despite part increases across the board with the current state of the market. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this gaming PC and what you think of the new Cooler Master cases, because this and that Panorama 360 case that I did a video on earlier are both really cool, and I love what Cooler Master is putting out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.